Hi everyone. So today is not a get ready with me, but this is what I have on for today. Yes, I'm busy with making my own handbag. It doesn't. It still needs for. Well, yeah. Many of you, my new followers, may wonder why do you always record in the room, the same position? It's because I am in the mental hospital. Why? Because I had psychosis. I am someone who is gevoelig, sensitive for psychosis. My first episode I had in 2024. In 2024, I woke up, I lost my mind. I didn't remember who I was, so my neighbors, they called police. And this year, 2024, like, what is psychosis actually? Psychosis for me, I describe it when your thoughts go all over, like, it's like your thoughts looks like this, all over the place. Some people cannot, I did not remember who I was. Um, I had a spiritual psychosis. Spiritual psychosis is happens when you believe in spirituality and you have so many all the information that you learn like create a sort of scary thoughts in your mind. My first episode, June 2024, I experienced a spiritual psychosis where I learned, when you learn about the Anunnaki, the Illuminati, and all those stuff. So I really thought that people were like following me, taking pictures of me. I had a very scary psychosis. It first happened, I woke up and I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, who am I? I started speaking in my mother's language. Then from there, I went downstairs. I asked my neighbor to like um, call my mom. I was just holding my phone and I'm pointing at the phone like, "Witty OTBDs. And then I faint. Like in my psychosis, I faint. And one of the reasons I fainted is because I have body dysmorphia, so there are times that I do not eat. What are the signs of psychosis? Now, sometimes some people, for me, I start having stress, late night sleep, I cannot sleep, maybe till I can stay up the whole night, I'm hyperactive, my brain is hyperactive. The reason I faint when I have psychosis is because I believe something have damage in my brain. For so many years, I used to like on the eat, like not eat enough so that my brain can function. Another sign of psychosis is that people tend some people tend to some people tend to be closed off with their friends and family, like they don't want no contact with their friends or family. Signs of psychosis is when someone is very hyper, like it's the hyperactiveness is different from having ADHD. It's like you are so hyper, like your brain is on level cloud 110. You in my episodes I dance a lot, but late sleep is one of the cause of it. That's when oops, the psychosis is starting. And another thing is hearing voices. I heard voices, but actually the voices are your own thoughts, your own thoughts that are all over verwaard, even verwaard, like they say in Dutch. Your own thoughts are telling you all sorts of things. The I describe the voices. I don't know, for everyone it can be different, but the voices you hear are voices that are yours. And also, when you experience, you might hear voices of your parents, because, for example, when you experience trauma, everything we experience comes from our upbringing. So the negative things that people used to tell you or the positive things will be all over that. Like your mind is in distress. You don't know what is right. Yeah, you don't know. In the moment you think that what you are doing is right, with psychosis, you live in another type of world. You can have psychosis and go outside. Like I have my psychosis. I went to the supermarket. While being in the supermarket, I was so scared. I thought people could hear my thoughts. Um, you can have psychosis and still remember everything that happens in your episode. The episode can differentiate. And what is the cause of psychosis? The cause of psychosis is one, smoking broccoli. Broccoli is something that really some people are sensitive for psychosis. And me, I love broccoli, I cannot lie. And my doctor, the 2024, my doctor warned me, please don't take this thing because you are very your brain, your body cannot take it. So, there are people who smoke for many years and nothing takes place. And one of the reasons I believe as well, the weed that they sell in certain coffee shop is full of chemicals. It's actually not the weed, in my opinion, it's the chemicals in the weed that they add. Because I have experience while being in this mental hospital. I went to the coffee shop, to another coffee shop. They call it by biologische coffee shop. The way they plant their weed is different from another coffee shop that I have experienced. And I felt so chill. I felt like normal. Like I didn't even need music to be hard. I felt like a Rastafari, just chill. Weed is the cause of it. Drug use is the cause of it, and also stress. People may think that stress, yes, stress can cause you to have psychosis. Mine, because I have so many other issues. I have I have damaged my brain cells by the way I used to eat. I used to underfeed myself, so certain chemicals in my brain have been damaged, and that's the reason when I don't eat I faint, and that's the reason also in my psychosis, I faint a lot. So the chemicals in the weed is what causes you to experience all these things. One of the workers, someone I know, like who is into that business, told me like what the dealers what they do when they receive their package, they mix it with ammoniac, they mix it with things that we use to clean our house, so that the effect of the broccoli will be strong. So that's the reason. But biological weed that they planted without chemicals, does not really have it doesn't feel harsh on the brain. I have tasted all type of weed. And the last time, now what caused me to be here again is because I went to, yeah, I took weed from a guy who actually I didn't know on the street, and that's what caused me to be here today. And this second episode, I was so angry. I was full of rage towards my neighbor. We were living together, and something have took place between me and him, which I don't want to discuss because that's not important. And the police came. It was like, because I have this spiritual belief that I am spiritual and I have spiritual powers, it was like when a pastor is delivering you. So that's what I was experiencing. I stood up in front of the window. I took a bottle. I'm like, oh, my soul is in this bottle. I have to throw it away. And the first episode, 2024, a voice told me to like hit my two birds that I had. Well, that's past then. And then when I came here, I was looking at the workers, the policeman, like this. You tonight, you are going to know that I'm not crazy, and that this is something spiritual I'm going through. You will tell the people to release me and yada yada blah. And I felt like I had like a spiritual husband, and I was getting how do they say it, when like a pastor is delivering you, that's how it felt. And I felt like, oh, I'm going to get uh all the, I'm going to get out of this thing, blah blah blah. And the people, because I went to some voodoo people, and I did some rituals which actually wasn't good. And I thought, oh, I'm getting delivered finally. I'm getting, people are getting karma for what they did to me and blah blah blah. Psychosis is something like, for me, sometimes my psychosis is fun. The fun side of my psychosis is like the hyperactiveness, where like I will start dancing, singing, just like my normal self, you know. So it's but the way you notice that I have psychosis is when like I don't I speak things, my thoughts are all over the place. I will speak A, B, C, D, the verwarrend. You will speak onsamenhangende verhaal. So you will speak a story that doesn't make sense. So you might say, I will be having a conversation and someone will say, oh, the curtain is blue, but I will say, no, it's pink. Why are you telling me it's pink? You know, what do you need when you are in psychosis? You need people that are very patient, that are very patient. And I saw an interview of Keisha Cole and Gucci Mane discussing schizophrenia, and I'm like, it's very wrong from for her. I saw on I think the Armand Wigan show that Keisha Cole is trying to counsel people about mental health because she helped her husband, yada yada blah. I feel like it's wrong. You see, when people are going through mental health issues, and especially in my opinion, from what I'm reading from the blogs, she's not qualified, she's not a doctor to even ask 500 something dollars for counseling. Please don't waste your money on that. Just take yourself to the hospital. It's not easy to deal with people who have mental issues, but medication, yes, let's speak. I was someone who didn't like medication. Oh my god, the medication made me spit in my sleep. It makes you very dull. You are very ugh. You don't feel like doing anything. But thank God, I have a sweet, sweet, sweet mother. She brings magnesium. Magnesium helps suppress the after effect of the medication. And going to the gym helps me a lot because the antipsychotica, the medication that you get so that you stop hearing the voices and you can just calm down and you are able to sleep. You you it takes away your dopamine. And another thing, you have sleep insomnia. Sleep insomnia is when like you want to sleep but your body cannot sleep. I experienced that. That's not fun to experience, believe me. Like, that's the worst thing you can experience in life. And people think psychosis only come from drug use. No, also when you are very busy, you don't take out the time, you overwork yourself, you can tend to have psychosis. I have both way. I have stress psychosis and weed psychosis, okay? And I'm not a heavy weed smoker, and I used to take weed like every 3 months or whenever I felt in my spirit, but now it's really advised for me not to take it. How am I doing here now? As you can see, I sound much better and I look better. um, from some people, when they are in their episode, they will tend to neglect their self. But as for me, when I have my episode, I'm just doing the things that I used to do, like taking care of myself, going to the gym, and those things helps. What are the tips that I can give you if you yourself are experiencing it? because I am the only one who lives in Rotterdam. My family lives far away from me. So my neighbors were the one who called the police, and later on, because I'm already known here in this hospital, they contact my mom, and that's how my mom got involved. And I myself, when I became a little bit normal, I contact my mom. The things you can do is, I will recommend, you see, when you have psychosis, it's not easy to suppress the voices. The first thing you should do is call 911, or in Holland is 112, 113. You call the ambulance, let them take you to the hospital. To be honest, in Turkey, the medication is different than from Holland, because I was hospitalized in Turkey when I had my episode this year, April. And my episode started because I overworked myself. I was working 6 days in the week, and it triggers as well. And also from the weed I took in France, but overworking in myself and not taking the time to sleep. Like, sleep is what I really need. The moment I do not sleep enough, like days after days, then I get my episode again. So the medication in Turkey is top tier, is better. Like, once they injected me and they gave me vitamin drip and other things, I was back to normal. In 2 days, I was out of the hospital. But you know, in Holland, there are different laws and different way of the treatment. You know, in Turkey, they give you an injection. I To the living God, I swear to the living God, you will be out of the hospital in 2 days, and the voices will be gone. In Turkey, when I had my episode, I was um, walking. I went to Turkey in my episode. I didn't have no money. I took all my money. Thank God my mother and my brother, they paid my ticket back, right? I was on the street. I removed my clothes on the street. I was peeing on the street. And even here, when I came here, like, the voices were telling me to remove my clothes. Like, I was doing all type of things that I would not even dare to do on a normal day. Yes, I love to go to the sauna naked and all those stuff. But now I have peace within myself. The medication have been helping me to keep calm, and I'm able to sleep deep, you know, and I'm still on this journey of recovering. My mother, is always coming to my appointment. Um, what else can I tell you about psychosis? Psychosis, it differs from different people, you know. Like Keisha Cole and her husband, I remember listening to the interview when he said, oh, during his episode, he gave away jewelries and all the stuff. During my episode, I tend to get rid of everything, my clothes, my shoes. I remember in Turkey, like, I tried deleting my email address where I get all my important emails. In your psychosis, you can do so many things. You can tell people, some people spend a lot of money, some people do not eat at all, some people, it depends on what the voices are telling you to do. And sometimes you can be a danger for yourself and your environment. And that's why I'm I do not agree with Keisha Cole trying to counsel people. Anything with the celebrities, you know, it's all about the money. It's about the money. So when you are someone who follow a celebrity that might go through the same thing as you, please go to the doctor and do not pay a stranger that have more money and more access to yeah, medication that you as an average Joe cannot have access to. If the doctor, I used to be against going to the doctor. Even my grandmother before, like, sometimes I'm like, I wish I listened to my grandmother, because she was telling me, just go to the people and go to the doctor and ask for your medication. That way you don't have to come here. but I didn't listen to her because I'm stubborn, of course. But now I'm here. What do I do here actually? It's boring to stay in a psychiatric home. It's so boring. But they have activities. I'm learning how to connect. I exercise 5 days in a week. I set the dining table. How long am I going to be here? I don't know. And also some things I want to keep private. But I will definitely travel to another country for full recovery. I will do that so with my mom, because different environment will help you also to be clean. And the place that I will go, I will make sure I will vlog for you all to see. But it's a process, and in Holland, like they can put a court case. For example, when you are coming here frequently, and they will take your case to the judge to decide how long you will stay here. And in my case, this have taken place, and because they feel like, this is the second time, and when I came here as well, I was really out of my mind. Like, I was really out of my mind. But thank God I have recovered. And you need people that are patient with you. You need a listening ear, and you need your medication. As someone who doesn't like taking medication, you need it. You need it. It will calm you down. And why do I say you need the medication? Taking your medication will make you sleep. It will calm down the voices. The voices, I want you to know that the voices that you have are your own voices. Those, in my opinion, they are your thoughts. It's not an outsider. They are your thoughts, and they are voices for maybe your parents, maybe the things your parents used to tell you. That's how it feels when you're in psychosis. It's not like, and also it depends on what you believe. Like when you wholeheartedly believe in religion, you will start acting in your psychosis as a religious person. Some people will go on the street, start preaching about God, and you name it. And I'm not saying everyone that does that has psychosis, but people can tell when you are out of this world, because the way you speak won't be normal. And what really helped me now, I would say, is my medication. And I wish I listened to my grandmother earlier, when she told me to take my medication. That way I won't be here. But it's okay, everything happens for a reason. So in the meantime, you will see me getting ready in this room until further notice. I'm only allowed to record in my room. I have the freedom to do so, but I am very excited. I can't wait to show you the clinic that I will go to with my mom. That place is going to be very nice, and I will be totally sober, and I will get back on my feet, inshallah. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I see you all in the next video. Bye bye.